But a lot of people don't realise what they don't have, only when they don't have it. And they start to be disturbed by the fact that they don't have something they didn't even focus on before. And it's like, it's not even about you sort of doing it on purpose, it's just that when you control space, you realise that it creates friction inadvertently, because it's at the end of the day, it's a dynamic.
Yeah, the problem is when you kind of like chaos, for example. Chaos makes you distract, and you don't own the space. Like, you know, when you're pedantic.
But when you're careless, you don't own the space.
Chaos.
Chaos.
And careless.
Yeah, carelessness is chaos.
It is. Yes, it's neglect to control.
You completely forget what you're supposed to do.
Well, sometimes you just can't control.
You start focusing so much on the exigent forces that you forget about control, and you start to. It's like it goes into the ego side of things.
Yeah.
And the ego creates chaos.
Quite possibly can do, yeah. If it clashes with somebody else's idea.
It will inadvertently clash. I mean, there will be always the one person with whom it will clash.
No banging stamping.
No
banging stamping. You just heard me throw my body across the floor and I didn't make any noise like that, did I? So having got the dynamics of the corridor, the movement through the punch, you can then start to look at the rolls. And I wouldn't ask you to roll from standing, start to look at rolls from kneeling, which is the most. Or the idea of rolling is called uklemi, is to receive the ground. So I need to receive the ground softly and as gently as possible. So if I'm kneeling down,
I've done it before, but
I'll go to one side. So like ninjutsu, we do stuff which is so obvious in your face, you don't see it. So I've just come up from kneeling, but you don't think, he's come up from kneeling and he's gone to his side, you just go, he's come up. So when I roll, I'm in control, soft, I breathe out, breathe through, breathe back in. So controlling and owning that space. Okay, so that's one side, and as I come down, I present the back of this hand, and this hand comes here. So from where it was here, it sort of stays here. But this hand just goes down to the side, slaps on the side of that thigh, not the groin, but the side of that thigh, because that's going to take the line really off that. So this is going to touch the ground first, and it's going to go boom, 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 but. Hey, so I'm talking my way through it. I'm losing my foot accuracy. So let's do that side again. Here, so here.
me standing is easier.
Of course, sometimes you do things that aren't. You want to control space. You need to learn to do things that are difficult. Okay. That's around the trunk rolling, like I've just rolled a log down the hill. This is a mini cartwheel. Cartwheel makes a difference in your head, whatever it needs to be. So it's not this, it's this. This. Let me just be doing. But I'll go here, like this. Yeah? Now, your elbow can't be in the way. And you need to put your hand's going to come here, so take this tension out, relax. You need to go, you're going to project forward here, and you relax the forearm, you're going to go really breathe, tuck your head under, and pull your butt up, that way. Makes sense? So watch. Yeah, different. So I can do kids roll. My pattern. Okay, watch. I can do this. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. And it's my head here and my shoulders need to go here. It's hard. I can do it. Obviously I'm trying to do it slowly so you see. But I can do that. But that's useful for engaging and opening up all the bodies in exercise. If I need to be sneaky and I need to evade somebody, okay, not bad.
That's a really good no arm roll.
Not bad. That's terrific.
That's very good.
Okay, another high five going your way.
Very good.
That's wonderful
That's
confidence.
But I cannot do it.
You need, okay, eventually you'll get there. Okay, so what's different when...
No.
I like if she does the difficult stuff really easily.
That's different, no, that's easy. So what's here? So this knee kind of goes forearms like this. So this here, so as my knee comes down, the forearms by the side of it, and I'm looking underneath this armpit, and my angst is not, so you've got your shoulder, your left shoulder, trying to lift your left shoulder. Yeah? I think you're going to get this no problemo. And then the other side, Joey.
I broke my back once.
You were telling me that you were, you know, oh, I'm poorly. How dynamic you are. You've forgotten how much you were carrying half an hour ago.
L1 thing was broken.
Lumbar 1. Well, you were absolutely terrific, someone who did the L1. But you go to the gym, don't you? I see you go out in your little Spanish pants.
This is hard. I mean, like, standing is much easier.
Standing and dropping to the ground. Very quietly. You do that. No effort, no push. Do not throw yourself. I want you to do this with no effort. I want you to do this with the power of your breath and the tip of your head. 1/5 of your body weight. Little. 1/5 of your look, shoulders here. Right here. Here. Look underneath my armpit, sorry. Look underneath the armpit. That's it. I want you to approach it. Bend. Like you're going to go down. So you just make it more difficult because what you did, you took a step. So if I'm here, what I'm basically trying to do is go to ground. Do that. That's the way to do it. The temptation is always to try and throw the shoulders together. But the real secret is like we used to do this, make a T, and do that. That's a good way to teach kids. But I think I'll be on for that. But the principle is still there, is that I'm going here, and I'm going to take here. So if I make my T there, ready? Yeah.
You end up rolling around your shoulders instead of...
You're rolling across them.
What you do is you kind of create this almost like a ball of yourself.
Think of a wheel, like
you
push the hoop down the hill.
Exactly.
That's what you're looking for. You're pushing a hoop down the hill. I think that look said it all. here, so I'm here, so that my shoulders face this way. But here, I keep looking that way. Make myself into a small, soft ball with the breath out. And then stand up in through calamine. You're getting there, you're getting there. I'm considering the fact that you just threw yourself down. No arm front roll. That's very impressive. That's got to be the one that stumps most people.
Which one?
Well, they're afraid of the ground.
Most people would just fear of doing this sort of no arm front roll. No hands, no arms. You just take yourself to shoulder.
Yeah.
So you did that naturally. But
It's
think
easier.
doing that from kneeling. Good. I can see we're going to get away with it. Yes, it's like you see, there you go. So if I'm here, look, I go, and I'm doing like an Arab spring or a cartwheel sort of affair, but we're doing it from this or on the ground.
Or one-handed.
Huh?
You can always do it one-handed.
One hand is doing this. You're getting there. The temptation is, it's always this, it takes certainly years to get my head out of doing that forward shoulder 45 and turning it into a sideways thing. But I haven't got it into that sideways thing. My head says every time, yes, that was the way to do it. Yes, that was the way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to leave that one now. We're going to do something else that's quite, you've already got yourself there. So we're going to do a sideways roll here. So I stand in here Ichimonji, and I'm going to going to the ground and doing a T, keeping my eyes this way. So I go around the trunk. So as I come down here, I go around the trunk. Sense?
Yeah.
Keep your eyes over there. If your eyes are following, then you're not controlling the situation as well as you could do. Come on, stand behind. So as I'm going here, so my eyes are in that mirror all the time. So I go, here it is, Ichimonji, T, keep here. So that, all I'm going to do is receive the ground, expel all that stiff energy, and then use the fresh breath to come up.
Okay.
And when I'm doing this, when we're doing this, you're giving all of your organs a massage. You're flexing into all your bones, you're energizing all this energy, you're drawing energy out of your bone marrow, you're replenishing your body, you're expelling negative and you're putting in positive. You cannot do this and have a bad time.
No, it keeps you warm. It'll keep you very warm.
Oh boy, it's
Even
it's
though
bonkers.
when we've entered here, it's freezing. I'm sweating right now.
Absolutely. And to be fair, we probably heat this. The heat that's coming off of us has almost probably gone up a third, and we've probably heated this room up
Yeah.
from where it was cold. And we've generated so much heat now it's now met the cold. So the room's no longer cold. So sideways, try again, sideways roll. And then we're going to do a very difficult one, sideways roll. It's not difficult, but it's more complex.
What will really help you is when you keep your eyes locked in one spot. So it's like you keep.
If someone's going to attack you, you're not going to take your eyes off them, are you? Unless you're turning to run the other way, you're going to go, oh shit, danger! Think like that. So Philip nearly gets it right. It's not easy. You need to think of that person that's chasing you with a long piece of wood and they're going to whack you if you don't do it right. See, because I follow him very easily, but his eyes go, and I'd have knocked him out before he'd even got his head up to look at me again. But this is what we're trying to do. It's a long process of perfection, and none of us are perfect, but we're perfect.
It's the first lesson.
No, I'm saying, even us trying at this quite a lot with intent. None of us are perfect, but we are perfectly good. So let's do sideways flying rolls. For this one, I'm going to kick off my zori.
No backwards rolls?
No, I'm going to do sideways, right? You've already done forward, so you might have done backwards. No. Do you want to watch from behind you? So here, watch this knee. So each one to look at mine is here, right? My focus of energy is got to be the thing that's coming at me from here. Say Philip is going to hit me with that sword. Because Philip's been aching to hit me with a sword for a really long time. I just don't let him have the pleasure.
They're trying to walk on ice.
And water.
He's been aiming to hit me with this for ages. Step forward, touch it on my head. Right, so that's where he needs to know. Now he knows his distance. So as he comes to hit me, yeah, Dojo. So I need to stick. So that's a sideways flying roll. And to do that, I go, here's the foot. I need to turn this knee out. I need to present, drop, and escape. His next thing is going to try and turn to cut me this way, which means I need to get myself out of the distance. Dojo, understood? Makes sense? Do it for another way.
Side?
Yes, fine. Not too much of the tweets because somebody go that way. Hold big. So it's not there. So I need to go here and drop down to that ankle and drag my feet over with me.
Yeah, I hate this one. It's tricky.
So it is not really difficult. We do it simply, but it takes. Can I do it here? If I'm just cutting down like that, the speed I was going, I would probably get cut. But the real sword cut is here. I'm pushing through because I want to hit him, and the curvature of the blade is going to cut through him and push him away from me. That's what a real sword ninja cut is. Not samurai cut. Samurai cut could be both the axe drop and it could well be the pushing away. But most samurai they like to see the kendo. And they rely on the fact that they are pushing their bodies through. Whereas we don't. We maximise everything. If I want to punch best, I punch through. But if I want to cut best, then I push it through. I'm looking for maximum efficiency. And in doing one motion will then give me a chance to distract him and escape.
And control.
And have control to keep space.
Because the kinetic energy is
Everything.
not
The more chaos, the more difficult. So we say these things are simple, but it doesn't mean reality. So because the next sort of motion would be cut, would be to me to escape in this sort of fashion. It wouldn't. We'd just get behind him and be his shadow. That's the next sort of place.